Welcome to a new edition of What's New in the Library. So this year has just been kind of weird. You guys haven't been able to come in and visit me. And so I kind of wanted to go over and remind you how the library is set up, because you're using your class time to put books on hold through Destiny. And I just wanted to kind of remind you about the genres that are here in the library, and then you fifth graders really tell you about how the library is set up. So first of all, our library is set up by genres. So that means instead of all the authors just together in alphabetical order, it's separated by topic or by categories. So I'll explain those to you. So the first genre that I'm going to show you is romance. Notice above the bookshelf is a sign that says romance. Romance is written in pink, and so all the books have a pink sticker on them. Romance is about people falling in love. The next genre is paranormal. Paranormal has a purple sticker on it. It's like very light purple, and it is about ghosts and fairies and vampires, that sort of thing. The next genre is comedy. Comedy has a gray sticker. This is where you will find your Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the 13-Story Treehouse, A Big Fat Zombie Goldfish. All those books are here located in comedy. The next genre is mystery and suspense. So mystery and suspense is actually two bookshelves. So it's this one here and it's this one here. And they include books that are scary, or books that have a lot of suspense, or just books that are mystery. So some of my favorite authors in mystery and suspense are April Henry. Here's her picture. April Henry, there are her books. And then also I really like Mary Downing Hahn, and there are some of her books. So this is mystery. It is a dark blue. The next category is realistic fiction. This is my favorite section, and it is the biggest section in the library. It is 1, 2, 3 bookshelves and one shelf here. And this genre is books that didn't really happen in real life but could have happened. So this is my favorite one. So I'll kind of zoom in on these books here so you can kind of get an idea. The next genre is action and adventure. Action and adventure is this shelf here and this shelf here. And it is the orange color sticker. These are where you will find the I Survived books, Alan Gratz books. The next genre is the science fiction and dystopian. And these books are ones that definitely could not happen in real life. It is this bottom shelf down here, and then this whole shelf here, and this whole shelf here. And these books happen in a world maybe very far into the future. An example of these books would be The Hunger Games or The Maze Runner. The last genre on this part of the library is called fantasy. Fantasy is where you'll find a lot of books about magic or witches or wizards or dragons. And it's a pretty big section. It starts over here, then it's this whole shelf here, and then this whole bookshelf here. Then we're going to skip over here and we're going to go to sports. Sports is written in green, and so all these stickers are green. So these books here, sports. The last genre I have in fiction is graphic novels. Graphic novels all have a BAM sticker on the spine. This is a pretty big section, and normally this section doesn't have hardly any books on the shelf. In this section, you would find Dogman, Bone, Big Nate, all those fun books, and that is all for the fiction section. Then starting right here all the way down the wall is where you will find nonfiction. Nonfiction are books that have numbers on the spine like this, and they are true books. And this section is divided up into categories as well. And at the very end, there's a special section I want to show you. This is the narrative nonfiction section, and it's kind of a forgotten section. It has red stickers on the spine, and what these are is these are true books, but they're written really well, and it reads like a fiction book. So it's written to where you're like, oh my gosh, this can't be real, but it truly is a true book. A lot of times it'll be about a person's life or about something they experienced, and that is the narrative nonfiction section. Be thinking, okay, Miss Otto, you taught me about all the different genres in the library, but we're not allowed to come into the library, so how does that help me? Well, I'm going to show you how to search using those genres in Destiny Discover. So you're going to start at marshallschools.com. You're going to come over to Schools, choose Beaker Middle School. Then on this tab right here under Student Resources, choose Library. Choose Beaker Middle School again. And then Destiny Discover. Once you're here, you're going to log in. I've already logged in with the student's information, but your login, your username is your lunch number and your password is your last name. So I'm logged in as a student right now. So what if I want to look for books that are only in the romance genre? Well, I will show you how to do that. So go to search options right here. Then under sublocation, this is where you're going to choose the genre that you want to read. So I want to choose romance, so you can click romance. Then if I don't know the name of a book in romance, I just want to kind of look at all the romance books, I would choose search. And then the results, every single one of those is a book located in the romance section. And I can put it on hold. And Miss Otto will get a notification to pull that book off the shelf, and then either she will deliver it to you or her helpers will deliver it to you. So over here you can see that I have it on hold, and it actually says, ooh, it's ready. So Miss Otto and her helpers should be able to pull that really, really quickly. Now if I decide I don't want to hold that book, oh, actually I cannot unhold this book now because it is in on the shelf. So I can't delete that hold, but that's okay, because if I decide I don't want the book, when the helper delivers it or Miss Otto delivers it, I can just say, never mind, I changed my mind. Okay, now let's search for a different genre. So again, I'm going to click up here. Romance is where it's at right now, but I want to laugh. I want to read something in the comedy. So I'm going to choose comedy. Then I'm going to click search. And then here's all the books in comedy. And you can see there is a bunch of them. You can scroll, 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 scroll. All right, and put a book on hold from comedy. Now say that you don't want to search in a certain genre anymore. You just want it to go back to normal. So you'll click here and click unlimited, click search. Oh, nope, sorry, that was wrong. Click undefined, search, and you're back to normal. So you can see that this right here says recently added books. These are all the books that are going to be in the What's New in the Library video that you're watching right now. You can click on those and put those on hold. Here's some popular titles in the library. Here's some ebooks that you could check out from our library. So hopefully using this option right here, you were able to search for a book in a certain genre that you like. One more thing I want to tell you is a bunch of you have asked me when you see me in the hallway, hey, I put a book on hold. How come you haven't given it to me yet? Well, here's the deal. There are 800 students at Beaker Middle School, and sometimes I only have one copy of a book. Most of the time, it's only one copy of a book. So if you put a book on hold, but somebody else has it on hold, it might be a month before you get that book. You don't get it immediately if it's on hold by somebody else. So if you put a bunch of books on hold and you haven't gotten any yet, I would go back to Destiny Discover and maybe put some books on hold that aren't necessarily the super, super popular ones. If you put these on hold, it's going to be a long time before they end up in your hands because tons of kids have these books on hold. So I would try to pick something else that's maybe not as popular and we'll get that delivered to you. All right, happy searching. I hope you find the book you're looking for and I can get it delivered to you. This month in nonfiction, I got in a ton of cookbooks. People request cookbooks all the time, believe it or not. So I have 30 brand new cookbooks for you all to check out. If you make any of the recipes, you have to share with me. The next thing in nonfiction is I got some books in for the 6th grade research project about blowfish, coral reefs. Next is a couple books about stop motion animation, a book about ADHD, and the next one is about the new World Trade Center monument after 9/11. Area 51, that's always a popular subject. And next one looks pretty cool. It's called Close Calls. New in the Who Was series is Who Was Kobe Bryant and Who is Greta Thunberg. In comedy, we got 2 new books in the Wayside School series. One is a new one and one is a replacement. And the other book in comedy is My Life as a Potato. Action and adventure, the first one I cannot wait to show you, is the newest I Survived book. This is I Survived the California Wildfires. The next one is called The Canyon's Edge. It is the same author as Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. And 96 Miles is the last action and adventure book. In sports, I got one about baseball called Golden Arm. The next genre is narrative nonfiction. Remember, that's the one on the very far end, and it has a red sticker on it. And this book is about P.T. Barnum. If you're a fan of The Greatest Showman, you'll want to read this. And this one is called We Had to Be Brave, about Jews escaping Nazis. In fantasy, I got in 2 new parts to the Warrior series. Those books just keep on coming out, and I keep on buying them for you guys. You're big fans. And I also got in book number 4 of the Magic Misfits series. The next one is The Dragon Egg Princess. And the last new book in fantasy is my favorite Roald Dahl book, Matilda. This is not a new book, but it's a new book in our library, and it has a new cover. Graphic novels, we got in a book called Machines That Think, all about robots. And of course, the newest Dog Man, Grime and Punishment. We also got 2 new books, Attack of the Stuff, and the second one is The Sunken Tower. Also, for fans of Stranger Things, we got in a new series about a new character, 6. And I got in some manga for you all, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Tons of you requested manga books, so here you go. Tons of JoJo books. In the mystery genre, remember that's the dark blue sticker, we got in new books from Five Nights at Freddy's. These are Fazbear Frights. A new one by Mary Downing Hahn called Puppets Playback. And The Midnight Hour. The next one is a sequel to City of Bones. It's called Tunnel of Bones. And a new one by Kenneth Opel called Bloom. This one looks really freaky. Next is Shadow School. And the last one is not a scary book. It's just a mystery. It's the newest Mr. Limoncello book. In realistic fiction, we got one called Things Seen from Above. Interesting cover there. Another copy of The One and Only Ivan. Great movie on Disney+. The True Definition of Nova Bean. A Perfect Blank. This is a novel in verse for you fans of that. Gary Paulson, My Life in Dog Years. You and Me and Misery. Wink by Rob Harrell. And Rick. This is the same author as George. Next one is called Middle School's a Drag, You Better Work. Saucy. Taylor Before and After. And Someday We Will Fly. This book is about a family escaping the Nazis and fleeing to Shanghai, China. The next book is by Kelly Yang, and it is in the series with Front Desk, which is a Mark Twain Award nominee this year. Next one is called Worse Than Weird, and then a new book by Kate Messner. She's a wonderful author. You should check out her books. Next is A Galaxy of Sea Stars. The cover has a lot of blue on it, so it'll probably make you cry. And the last of the new books is a new series. It's actually an old series, but it's never been in the library before, and I purchased it because this is one of my absolute favorite series I've ever read. It's about a kid named Joey Pigza, and he has ADD, and he just makes really bad choices, but the bad choices are really funny, like sticking his finger in a pencil sharpener to sharpen his fingernail so it looks like a vampire fang, and just other really silly things. So if you want to see how life turns out for Joey Pigza, check out one of the books in this series.